When we talk about the economics of, say, any industry, you have to understand that there's an entire supply chain. There are manufacturers, importers and exporters, there's distributors, there's all these people in between that make up the industry. Well, traditionally, in, say, the cannabis industry in the state of Florida, the legislation that legalized medical cannabis created a vertically integrated company structure, mandating it by law that you must grow the plant, you must manufacture the plant, distribute the plant, and retail the plant, all inside one organization, which does not create room for market competition, innovation, consumer-focused products. You've artificially created a monopoly. You're not allowing capitalism and the free market to work. And so in this industry, this is like any industry. This is like textiles, clothing, food. There are multiple distributors, multiple manufacturers. There's price competition. There's competition for retail space. There's consumer choice. All of that exists in this industry that does not exist otherwise in cannabis. We've now eclipsed. We estimate that our industry is some percentage, some non-insignificant percentage larger than the cannabis industry. The hemp industry creates the choice that the consumer makes in the products that they buy, and they're not mandated by law to only buy from one company. An artificial monopolized industry like marijuana, or big cannabis we call it, the consumer has no choice. The consumer has oftentimes one dispensary in a 10 or 20 mile radius from their home. That's the only place they can go. And when they go in to talk to the employee, they can't ask for a discount. They can't negotiate with them. They can't say, hey, this is a little out of my price range. What do you have for me? Those companies create a set amount of products, set categories, and that's all they create. And they set their margins incredibly high to account for the taxes and the upfront costs, the infrastructure that buying into, understanding that they're going to be there for the next 20 years. And ideally, when they set that law up, they would have been the only people in that industry for 20 years. Now here comes the hemp industry. And it started with CBD and the hemp plant. Everybody said, CBD was God's gift to people. It was, I think in the early 1900s, you would have referred to him maybe as snake oil salesman. CBD was going to change the world. It was going to save your life. Well, I think in circa 2018, 2019, there was a massive investment in the industry. Farmers from all across the United States invested in the farms. They grew tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of acres of hemp. And CBD plummeted. People tried it, some people liked it and continued, but the vast majority said this doesn't do what I wanted it to do. Well, in 2020, as Delta-8 started to hit the marketplace, people were buying it and trying it and said, wait a second, this is exactly what I wanted CBD to be. This is exactly what I wanted, my consumer choice, this is exactly what I wanted. And they went and they found Delta-8, and from Delta-8, now we have a proliferation of over 112 cannabinoids in the cannabis plant. Delta-8, Delta-10, THCV, CBD, CBG, CBN, and a combination of all the different cannabinoids to give the consumer what they're looking for. Some of these may be said to give you energy, help you with sleep, help you with anxiety or whatever it is. And these combinations of these cannabinoids, we have not in the United States been allowed to research them for 100 years. President Joe Biden just signed in December of 2022 the Cannabidiol and cannabis research bill into law, allowing universities in the United States for the first time in 100 years to research cannabis and cannabidiol. It's incredible.